Hello, friends. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach, coming here live for our day 8 of a 10-day series, Opening Your Heart. And today we are talking about anger and resentment towards other closes your heart. Anger and resentment in general closes your heart because that is something that's happening from here. It is not the mechanism of your soul. It is the process of the ego, which is from here. And I want to start with when you are angry towards yourself, when you're resenting yourself, you're going to be angry towards other people, you're going to be resenting other people. Even though in the title I'm putting other people, if you don't have that towards you, you're not going to have it towards other people. People who are very angry all the time, they are unconsciously angry with themselves all the time too. So when you're angry towards yourself, your heart is closed because you're turning against yourself. Now you are attacking yourself. So when you're attacking yourself, do you think you're going to stay very open or you're going to closed up? Think of it this way. No matter where a child has grown up, if they grew up in an abusive household where they were beaten up or in a normal household where they were not, if you start beating that child up, it will be very common for them to go like this and try to protect themselves. That is exactly what's happening energetically within you with your heart. Your heart is trying to protect itself, so it's going to close. You lose access to your soul's wisdom and your soul's abundance when you are being angry towards yourself and you're resenting yourself. So let's first look at other people, because to look at ourselves, it does require a little bit deeper digging. It does require being very, very honest, and it does require looking at our unconscious pattern. So let's look at you're angry with your friend, with your partner, with your family. And whenever you're angry, the root energy of anger is fear. Somewhere, somehow, you're afraid. And when you're afraid, your lower brain is activated. When your lower brain is activated, you are in sympathetic nervous system. You're not in parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and relax nervous system. That is the one where the heart is open. That is when we are in the state of possibilities, what's possible in my life. But when we are in state of survival and we just want to run away or run towards something or run away from something or hide, when we are in that phase, that is sympathetic nervous system. That is fear. That is anger. If you look at a person getting angry in front of you, something happens where they're afraid of losing control and they jump into anger. The reason we jump into anger, because anger gets stuff done. It's explosive, it's massive, other people are going to cave in. The other way would be actually sitting down and communicating and help and coming to the same page. A lot of work. Anger is so much easier. So that's why even sometime as a parent will go towards anger. For example, in my household, when my son is not really listening to me, that is I notice is my go-to place when I really want him to get out of the house on time. And it has taken a lot of presence, mindfulness, inner work, and questioning to now go for many, many days and sometimes many weeks without even raising my tone or my volume or using anger to get the job done. Because it does require that inner work. But also, when we are doing that towards other people, we are doing it to ourselves. So, how do you use anger? The root energy is fear to manipulate yourself, to kick yourself, to resent yourself. When we are resenting ourselves, especially as women, we are harming ourselves so much. And how do we end up with resentment, resenting ourselves? When you just keep giving, 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 and more giving without giving to yourself first, when we are in that spiral, because we are conditioned to be givers and nurturers. Yes, we are nurturers. There's no denying that. That is our genetic makeup. But first, I need to nurture myself. Only then I can nurture anybody. If you're a mom, If you're not nurturing yourself because you don't have enough time, pretty soon your kids are not going to have a healthy mom. So it is a very dangerous place where most of the moms are. They're running like a zombie. They are running on coffee, like caffeine, all kind of caffeine, whether it's coming from energy drink or coffee itself. Sometimes it's alcohol, sometimes it's drugs. We are just running, running, running. Sometimes it could be sleeping pills, depression pills, anxiety pills. The list is very, very long because we want to just, get through the day. But that lifestyle is maximum will last a decade for you. After that, there's going to be a very long list of medication you'll be taking, and your kids are not going to have a happy mom or a healthy mom. But what is happening in those 10 years? You're resenting yourself for not taking care of yourself. And that is the root energy that creates breast cancer. And we are just having more and more of that. We can blame it all on all the chemicals that we are consuming, parabens and whatnot that are in feminine product, but we also have to look at the energetical aspect of it. What is it that has shifted in a woman's lifestyle, her way of thinking, her expectation of herself in the last 50 years or 70 years or so? What has shifted? And how can we go back to being our own nurturer? How can we do that? How can we learn to slow down? As you will do that, your heart is going to open. It will be effortless for you to take care of your family. It will be effortless for you to release those relationships that are hurtful, to create a distance between you and the relationships that are bothering you, to have a positive outcome, or conversations that lead to positive outcomes, or have conversations that are difficult, but you're going to gain the confidence to have those conversations so you can create healthy relationships around you. All that is going to come from you nurturing yourself. You stop being angry with yourself. You stop resenting yourself, and your heart is going to open up. Now let's look at when other people have hurted you and you're just holding on to that resentment because you're like, why would I forgive that person, Alia? That person did horrible things to me. Why would I do that? You hold on to that resentment, you're going to keep hurting yourself. Whenever we release anger or resentment towards another person, we are not doing that person a favor. We are doing ourselves a favor because you know where you're holding that anger and resentment? You're holding in a specific part energy center in your body, and that energy center is impacting your vascular system. First of all, your heart is getting affected. Your heart is not going to get enough energy to function properly, and that is your physical heart. But what is happening to your energetical heart? It's closed. Because soul does not hold any grudges, resentment, or anger towards anybody. Because soul is one with everyone at all time. Soul is light. Soul is love. Soul knows that if this is a person I have some kind of beef with, I need to resolve it. And through that resolution, I'll grow and I'll expand. I personally get all kind of beautiful love letters sometime from the people who don't like my work. They don't like the stuff that I teach. They don't like the way I teach it. They don't like the stuff that I study and how I bring everything together. In the beginning, it used to bother me. And then over time, I have seen my own growth where I can love them. Even if they are saying all kind of horrible things about me, I can still love them because I know their presence in my life is helping me expand. I can very easily hold a grudge and anger or resentment towards them and say, like, who did they think they are? They are not doing the work that I'm doing. I can easily do that secretly. But if I'm very, very honest with myself, that is exactly what's going to close my heart. And if my heart closes, what will happen? I will not have access to the abundance, the opportunities, the situation, circumstances, and people that already belong to my soul. So what do? I get to see Thank you so much to the soul coming into my life, helping me expand. I love them just the way I love myself. And I see the same light in them that I see within me. Released, released. That is how I get to keep my heart open, because that is an opportunity coming from the universe to show me, hey, is your whatever work you think you have done on yourself, is it sound enough? Let us check. Let us send you somebody who doesn't like you and see if, if the work that you have done, it's really solid. Same way you're going to have those opportunities. So when someone comes in your life and they say bad things about you, they mistreat you, that doesn't mean you're bad or they are bad. That is an opportunity coming to you from the universe to remind you, in this moment, can you remember that you are so loved by your creator and by the whole universe? Can you remember that you're loved? If you can remember in that moment that you're loved, your heart is going to stay open, and you're not going to hold any anger or resentment toward that person. Now, I know the stuff that I'm talking about is very much on the surface level, but at the same time, these are very deep concepts. And if you have not learned how to work through your thought process, how to shift the stories that you tell yourself, if you have not worked on the trauma that you carry, the anger, fear, and resentment that makes you feel a sense of safety, if you have not done that work, you'll be like, what in the world, Alia, you're talking about? This is just theory. I cannot truly embody it. So I am giving you hints that those are the parts of you that you will be working on to truly embody what I'm talking about. But once you will embody it, this is how it will feel. A person will come in your life. It could be your spouse, it could be your kids, it could be your in-laws, it could be your long-lost friend, and they will just say stuff to you. Somebody will just honk at you. Somebody will take your line, your space in a line for you. And you will just say, oh, wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for doing that. Because in that moment, you'll remember no matter what happened, you're loved. Because that has become your way of existing and being in this 3D reality, in this physical reality. And that is what I'm inviting you to do. I am inviting you to do the inner work, to shift those stories in your mind, to release the trauma that you've been holding on to that makes you feel safe, those fears that make you feel safe, because they are the ones that are closing your heart. I'm inviting you to, instead of going towards anger to feel safe, go towards how this is helping me in this moment. How in this moment, universe is showing me I am loved. Instead of focusing on fear, focus on how loved you are. And that is how you get to keep your heart open. And when your heart is open, all that belongs to your soul, beautiful relationships, beautiful financial or career opportunities, amazing, amazing health, you're going to become a magnet to that. Your sick body is going to start transforming into another way of being when you keep your heart open. So that is all for today. I really hope that this conversation has inspired you to do the work every single day to keep your heart open and not resort towards anger or holding on to resentment. And if there are some very deep things that you need to work through or you recognize you want to work through, you can always reach out to me. If we are connected, DM me, or you can go to my website, aliyajmalcoaching.com, and you can book a conversation with me. I would love to be your guide and show you how life gets to be so easy and effortless and beautiful. That is all for today. I'm sending you so much love. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.